Got your first exams in an exam block with one exam after another over a 1 to 2 week period? Don't freak out. While it can feel intense, I'm going to show you a 3-step plan to help you prep and ace your first exam block. What's up guys, it's Rowan here from Artismart TV. Exam blocks can be super challenging. You know, in a 1 to 2 week period, you've got exam after exam after exam. You know, how on earth do you study for it in a way so that you don't get overwhelmed and burn out? And how on earth do you make sure that you don't fall into the trap of cramming during that exam block? There's some good news. There's 3 easy steps that you can take that will help you nail your exam blocks. Step number 1, create a plan. Honestly, if you don't have a plan for what you need to do and when you need to do it, you're going to end up cramming and you're not going to do as well as you can. So the first thing we need to do is build your plan. Now, it's pretty simple. How do you do this? Well, take out a pen and paper and I want you to write down all of the things you think you need to do for each of your specific subjects to help you prepare for your exam block. Next, what I want you to do is get out your calendar and identify what we call exam prep zones. These are time blocks during the week that you're going to identify where you're going to start doing the study that you need to prepare for your exam block. And that's really important. If you don't schedule it in, invariably you won't get to it because assessments and homework and all the other urgent things are going to eat up all of your time. We need to be proactive about this to make sure you prep for that exam block effectively so you don't cram. So we're going to get these time blocks. Now, for example, this could be an hour every day, maybe from 8 to 9 p.m. each day, or maybe it's a Saturday afternoon, or maybe it's all day Sunday. But you want to block these out in your calendar in advance so that they're there defined. And then every time you hit your calendar and the exam block is scheduled in, you're going to take that catch-up list, that big subject to-do list that you've written, and you're going to start moving through it one action item at a time to ensure that by the time the exam block hits, you've actually done a lot of the prep work so you're not needing to cram. Step number 2, study in reverse. One of the things that we often see happen is that students, when you've got your exam block coming up, is that there's a tendency to study for that first exam first, right? Because it's the biggest thing on your mind, you're looking at it, maybe you're a little bit anxious about the exams and you think, okay, I've got to really get prepped for my exams, I'll start with my first exam. Often that can end up being English. Now the real problem this ends up creating is that invariably we see students therefore not spend enough time on studying for their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th exam. And then when the exam period comes, maybe you're super well prepped for that first exam, but then all of a sudden you fall into the trap of needing to do a lot of last minute, late night cramming. And so what we see happen is that students' results during that exam period tend to look like that. They tend to go downwards with each consecutive exam. So we've got to find a way to actually avoid this happening, and that's where the study in reverse principle is super powerful. Instead of studying for your first exam first, we're going to flip the entire thing, and you're actually going to study for your last exam first. Then you're going to study for your 2nd last exam second, your 3rd last exam third, and so forth until the week or 2 before your exam period. You're actually then doing most of your study for that first exam. Now this has got a couple of wonderful benefits. The first is it takes advantage of recency in terms of memory, particularly for that first exam, because you're doing the most prep for it immediately in the lead up to that exam. Secondly though, and this is the really important thing, when you had that first exam and completed it and you're now into your 2nd and 3rd exam, the good news is you already laid the foundation for your study earlier when you started studying for it a couple of weeks earlier with that study in reverse framework. And so it means instead of doing late nights, cramming, all you're needing to do at that point is just put the polish on top and then go in and do your best in that exam. And so we find from all of the research we've done with high-performing students that this is such an effective way to ensure that you maintain and actually see your results stay really strong throughout the entirety of that exam period, even if you've got consecutive exams. Step number 3, maintain your energy. It's really critical when you're in an exam block that you maintain your energy, because what you don't want to have happen is you go hard for exams 1 and 2 and then hit a wall and burn out for exams 4 and 5. And so what we need to do is find a way to ensure that you can do well and maintain that energy across the entire period. And there's 2 simple things that you can do. The first is a no-brainer, but it needs to be stated: you need to sleep. Honestly, if you are awake for over 17 hours, research shows that your cognitive performance is equivalent to being over the blood alcohol level. What does that mean? Well, essentially it means your cognitive performance is equivalent to being drunk. And so what this shows is that sleep has a significant impact on your ability to perform cognitively at your best, which is exactly what you're needing to do in an exam. So as a result, getting consistent sleep throughout this exam period is going to be so fundamental, particularly as you get into the sort of back end of the exam block, to ensuring that you're still sharp and doing your best during the exam. So we'd recommend getting a minimum, absolute minimum of 7 hours sleep a night. If you can get 8, even better. And critically, don't give up sleep to cram. While it might sound like it's a good idea because you'll do better in the exam the next day, maybe, it's going to create a sleep debt that's going to then impact your performance in consecutive exams. So sleep is really, really important. Now, the second principle is exercise. Now you might be thinking, geez, exercise, I hate exercise, but hear me out. Exercise has been shown to improve your focus. It's been shown to increase your levels of energy. It's been shown to increase your cognitive performance and well-being as well. So once again, during an exam block, you need to be ensuring that you are at high focus, particularly for often what is 2 or 3 hour blocks of time. So integrating some basic exercise over the course of that exam period is going to keep your energy high, your focus high, and your cognitive performance high. What we'd recommend is just trying to schedule in twice a week some form of exercise. You know, that could be going for a run, jumping on a bike, going for a swim, even going for something as simple as a walk or doing some bodyweight exercises at home is going to play a huge role in just helping you keep your energy high so that you can ace the entire exam block, not just your first exam. So there you have it, 3 simple steps to help you ace your exam block with consecutive exams. We've got create a plan, we've got study in reverse, and we've got maintain your energy. All 3 critical things that will make a huge difference. If you've got any questions about navigating your first exam block with consecutive exams, leave a comment below. We'd love to help. Additionally, if you need more support from, catching up with your subjects on the study side through to helping you actually develop your plan, get in touch with the team at Art of Smart Education. We've got some amazing teachers, tutors, and mentors that can help you fast track your revision from a content perspective, or work with you to create that exam plan so you know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, so you can get through your exams confidently. Visit artofsmart.com.au to find out more.